This looks almost as intricate. Whoa, say that word 3 times fast, or even once slowly. Intricate. Oh my god. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Alright, time for another Demolition Man episode. The last episode I worked on the elevator mech. That was the bulk of the episode. Changed the power cord and did a couple other tweaks like the vertical up kicker optos and unhacked some weird thing that was added to the back box for some additional lighting probably many eons ago. So I got rid of all that. Replaced the connector for it. It's all garbage now. And I think we are ready to do a play test now. So here goes nothing. Let's just give it a brief little game, see if there's anything, you know, that sticks out like a sore thumb, or if everything goes pretty smooth. So let's just angle it like that a smidge, and we'll play with the freshly chromed triggers. And I've added crazy glue a few times now to the flaky bits, so hopefully I won't cut up my finger like I did originally. Here goes nothing. Oh, on a side note, I did place my order for art blades. Kevin, my buddy, was doing an order for retro refurbs. Asked me if I needed anything, and yeah, so that has been added to the order. The art blades, okay, I haven't really seen this movie. I literally was working at Taco Bell when it came out, which is obviously, what, 30 years ago now? This machine came out. And Taco Bell was like featured in the movie as like this fancy schmancy restaurant. And I don't know, I might have saw a clip or two, but I don't really remember seeing the movie. But, oh, there we go, multi-ball. See these like lock freeze things? What are these? Anybody know what they are? Are they like ceiling lights? What are they? They look like light fixtures. Oh, it's not over, is it? Oh, jeez. Oh, snuck in a jackpot. Oh, let's hit the buttons. Sneak in one more jackpot. Oh, too late. You can get a secret jackpot if you use your trigger buttons at the right time. I don't know what he said, but somebody put me back in the fridge, I think he said. That's awesome. I don't remember hearing that one before. I remember when you had the vulgar ROMs in the past and you dangered, it was like, fuck you, fuck you. Anyway, my art blades are basically, they just have these three or four, maybe it is 4 of these images. And it's pretty much just black, blue, and white, you know? So whatever these things are, light fixtures or whatever, that's what the art blades look like. I don't get the reference, but it'll look a lot cooler than just straight up black sides. So there were a couple other options. One from the same company. It had like, I don't know, some like jail bars and a couple cars, one on each side, like something to do with the car crash scene. You got the cars in the machine to represent that. Whoa. It wasn't as cool. Oh, that was sad. And then there was another set done by another company that I didn't love either, so I went with the freeze light fixtures. Okay, last ball here. So far everything appears to be working good. There's my up kicker. So there's definitely a lot of, or at least a few light bulbs not working. I see that my right ramp is available, but my claw ready insert is not. I did give that quite the crank there, so I deserve that. Hey, for fun, let's try the extra ball button. Alright, we're gonna cheat. One ball's worth here. Because this game is friggin' awesome. I love it. Okay, so, you know what? Are all the friggin' lights in the middle not working? Have you seen any of those light up yet? Because it says Museum Multiball is ready. But it's not lit on the playfield, so let's go for that tight left orbity shot. That was a little late. Try this again. That was pretty close. Not missed that by much. And that nailed it. Blast from the past. Oh, yeah, a lot of lights are working in the middle. There's just a few that are out. Okay, in a few seconds, oh, maybe sooner, before I lose all my balls, I'm gonna use the secret gun triggers to get a secret jackpot. Whoa, okay, here we go. Check out the animation there. Secret jackpot. Oh, you need to have fresh flippers on this machine to get up to those long ramps that is like, you know, 4 feet long from the tip of the flipper to the peak of the ramp there. There we go. No credit dots popped up.
Wonder if I can play the accordion too.
And everything appears to be good, so I think I may just start tearing the topside down. So let's get to work. Okay, so let's figure out my plan of attack here. I've got my Stern Magic as parts table number 1, and then actual table is table number 2, because this looks almost as intricate. Well, say that word 3 times fast, or even once slowly. Intricate. Oh my god. Okay. This playfield looks just as intricate, if not more, than friggin' Whitewater, eh? You got wireforms and ramps galore. This is going to be a challenge. I'm gonna have to take a million photos, and the crutch here. The one thing that I'm gonna need to do first, I can tell already, is this diverter. That's going to need to be unscrewed from the bottom, because nothing will come apart unless this thing is removed. That was kind of like Funhouse. And maybe Whirlwind too. You always got to start with the diverters. Oh, wait a minute. Is there another one? Or that's it? There's not another one. Okay. Man, oh man, this is going to be a friggin' amazing fun time, right? AKA nightmare. So, I guess what I'll do is start by disconnecting the diverter and then all of the connectors that run underneath the playfield. And take note and many photos. We got a few going down there. There's a bunch that go back there. Another switch here and here. And also, I wonder if I could just like put a hole in this plastic and screw it there so that it's not flapping around, because it's missing a little bit. There's a slight, very, very slight chance I have some spare plastics. I'm going to go hunting now for them. But that's the game plan. Disconnect a bunch of crap from underneath the playfield. I've got my light. I bought this at a garage sale recently for $2. but its head is too fat for its own body. Like, it weighs too much. Like, how is this thing? Well, I mean, if you do that, but the thing is just too fat for its own good. And there's not really an easy way to remove this whole thing, because I would like to. It's got a nice, good grip on it. Whoa. Oh, I hit the flipper button. At the same time I squeezed this, and it made a electrical noise and scared me. Anyway, it would be nice to modify this, but anywho, that is going to be the plan of attack then. So, yeah, let's just get at it. This is going to be fun. Alright, I was searching around in a couple milk crates. Got some old Tales of Arabian Nights plastics. And I found a whole friggin' possibly new set of Addams Family plastics. Like, holy heck. I think I remember paying 100 or 150 bucks for these things, so I better friggin' do something with these. And I think this is what I thought might have been the spare Demolition Man plastics, but it's actually Star Trek The Next Generation. And then I found a few miscellaneous weldments. Wonder if that is Addams Family electric chair scoop, maybe? Some random Gottlieb. What is that? Single drop target mech or something? A couple speaker grills. Anyway, I don't think I have any spare Demolition Man plastics. Okay, so if you ever go to start a pinball machine teardown, there's one thing you want to pray for before your process stops, before it even begins, is if you have a diverter. And this is the set screw here. I've got an Allen key in there right now. If that thing does not turn, if it is friggin' stiff, and you strip that, that will suck tremendously, because then you got to start like cutting metals and sourcing parts. Fortunately for me, it is turning, so that is step number one, having success with removing the diverter and the set screw there. So I also just put a line on the diverter as to where it fit down there at the bottom. It should be straightforward, but this way I know which is the front and where it goes exactly when I reassemble everything back together in a friggin' month from now, or however long it takes me. But that is a good start. Part 1 on the table. Okay, I've got all the connectors marked. I usually just use a black marker and put on random different letters and numbers and hieroglyphics, but this time I kind of went color-coded with some symbols and whatnot. You know, it's a little extra color under the Playfield. Maybe not my favorite way to mark connectors, but whatever. It should help in reassembly. So I'm sure I've missed several. There's about 20 that I need to disconnect. But I'll figure that out as I go. But yeah, that's my strategy for that. Alright, just thought I'd give a little mini progress report here. Stuff is starting to come off, my first Wireform. And now I'm working on this cluster here. Got this unscrewed. This is all good if I need to refer back as well for reassembly. So this guy goes here, and then there's this leg here that actually goes what appears to be a spacer there. I'm assuming that's factory. Anybody know if that's factory? It's probably factory, but there is a spacer. I guess, you know, it's more of a spot to actually put a screw than it is a spacer, but so it functions as both. And then there's another one of those over here for this leg of this Wireform. I've never really seen that before. these two wireforms are connected here, but I think I've got everything potentially unscrewed so that I can take it all off in one shot. There we go. That's a big piece of the puzzle right there. And stick that just like that. And that means I should be able to remove this guy as well. Ow. Easier said than done. But I feel like I'm kind of cheating the system here, because if this was screwed down, I wouldn't be able to access all that. So the fact that I can kind of bend this up and get at everything feels like I am cheating, and this may not be the best order to put things back together when comes that time. So I'm sure that'll be a nightmare when I get to that, but there's the eyeball and one of the cars, and the other one is way back there. Cute little toys they put in the game. So it's coming along. So far so good. Removal is the easier part. Putting everything back together again, honestly, this one may be even more challenging than whitewater. It's just everything's so intertwined. In order to get that plastic ramp out, there's wires fed down there, 2 on the right side, 2 on the left side were fed over here down through there, but in order to take those wires out, I had to start removing this ramp, but this ramp doesn't want to come out because this ramp is locking it in place. So future Mike, if you remember, you can kind of like maybe put on this part of this ramp and then like swing it out like a door, and then you can kind of access this ramp. But before you pull out this ramp or put this ramp back, make sure you feed the wires from the other ramp in before you secure this. And then remember, I'm going to have to take photos because I'm not going to probably watch all my videos back. So this goes there, and then this wire here goes down there. Look at this mess. That is a lot of wires going back there, but I think pretty much this is self-explanatory, and even really that is, and so is that. So it's actually not that bad, but this is going to be fun, like I said before. But yeah, making progress though. All right, here's an update for you. Starting to happen, one piece at a time. And there's been some evidence of somebody being in here before. I'm pretty sure this nut is missing. So, and this area kind of just, well, I was going to say it was put back together kind of weird. And part of the reason is because there was this Phillips screw in that hole where all the other guys are like hex nut heads. So someone's been in here and did something and put it back together again, and I'm not sure it was all that clean. Like someone added that second washer probably just to try and hold the plastic in there. And then you can see a couple white rubbers, so definitely been in there. Like for someone to change that, they would have gone through some pretty good trouble, and even just to access this area. So this must have just broke at some point, and maybe the old rubber got stuck there and they just kind of had to. Also, there's a screw missing in one of the pop bumper caps, and that wasn't sitting very well. So there has been some work done to the machine, Playfield wise. I thought it might have been original and nobody really touched it, but then again, the last video we found that, which looks like friggin' woodpecker, is been hanging out in the back panel there. Oh, also look at this. That couldn't have worked very reliably. So I gotta tighten that up. Maybe that might be a good idea to do now. Well, I can actually get a screwdriver here and find the sweet spot. So maybe I'll do that now, but here's a look at some of the before dirt. Even this back panel, just the way it's all assembled, is also fairly intricate and needs tightening. But yeah, that's about where I'm at. So, getting close. I gotta say, this is a pretty cool ramp that they designed for this game. Super wide. It's got the slats in it so the light can shine through. I haven't actually really looked underneath yet. Yeah, look at this. Oh, these are 555s. Huh, what do you know? With condoms. So I think those are all gonna go frosted blue, as well as those guys. So that'll look cool. And anyway, I had to really pull the mech out. A, to just clean the playfield, and B, I got a long screwdriver right now, and it ain't gonna fit in the playfield. So I think I found the sweet spot. Listen for the click. Hear that? It's kind of something I want to get right, because I don't have to remove this to readjust it. I mean, I guess, you know, if I really needed to somehow, if I needed to access in there, I could just put this here and then put like a 1/4-inch wrench on there and turn it that way, but that's a pain in the butt. So hold on. Here we go. I don't know if you can hear that, but I think that is set perfectly now. All right, I'm getting close to taking apart as much as I want to take apart. I see now that I'm sitting on my butt. My playfield was made March 27th, 1994. I don't know what that means. What does this say? ESOAPR18. There's a lot of numbers and letters. WMS, we know what that stands for. But I've removed the apron brackets, and some other plastics. I'm struggling with the idea of removing the whole friggin' claw. I got the lane guides, these back plastics. There's where the ramp was. So, do I really want to deal with this? I mean, maybe I should at least get this plastic off, which just looks like 1, 2, 3 screws, but the claw's in the way. Can I move it by hand? That's probably not a good idea. And then this should just pop off, and or will it? No, maybe not. This is riveted onto the metal. Well, yeah, maybe it will. And then I can access these 2 screws, and then at least remove this plastic, and then that's probably about as far as I want to go. I don't think there's a need to remove this whole thing. Got these plastics off. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do, and then that should be good to go. Alright, I thought I'd share this with you. It's not as easy as I thought. So I started taking this apart. That comes off pretty easily. 2 screws. Set that over here. I removed the 3 big screws from the plastic. And then here's what your claw looks like. You've got an arm and a solenoid, and now that that's off, check this out. This lifts all the way up. And now I should be able to lift this up But how far do I want to go with that? I think I may just leave it there. Now I can access these guys, and there's no rubber underneath this area that I need to deal with. So I think I'll just have that tucked out of the way, and I had to turn on the machine to move the crane or claw out of the way of the screw, so I think I'll just leave it in that position. And I'm not sure how this... okay. This is like a little tunnel here. Oh, someone mentioned to me that they were doing a demo man recently and replaced their tunnel. And I had thought they were just talking about the subway, but maybe they were talking about this. I would call that a tunnel. Anyway, I am almost done disassembly. Alright, there you have it. I don't know. That was maybe about 2 hours. Maybe 2.5. I didn't really actually pay attention. I just threw on the Pinball network and was listening to Zach and Dennis talk about Haggis Pinball and all that fun shenanigans that have been going on. But I am basically done. I don't think there's anything more that I'm going to remove. There's the cars. There's the eyeball. There's the tunnel. See how yellow that one plastic is? That's the apron brackets. It is a pretty large 3D puzzle. And here is what the playfield looks like now. So hopefully I took enough photos and videos that I can reassemble this without too much difficulty. There's going to be difficulty. It's going to be a royal pain in the butt. But I think I can pull it off without pulling the last few strands of my hair out. So, Kevin currently has all my LEDs because he's doing my Addams Family. But maybe before I wrap up this video, I can remove all the light bulbs. These ones in the back, I think, well, I was going to say maybe they could go blue, but that might be too dark. Maybe I'll stick to natural white. If needed, I will remove these metals here to make life a little bit easier, except the pain in the butt of these is that most of the screws are topside, and then you got to go under the playfield for a nut there. And just one nut for that guy. This is all topside, so that'll just do as I go. And then when I have some time, I will remove all the rubbers, count them up, compare them to what the manual says I should have, see what I do have, and then with that information I should be able to place the correct Titan rubber order and go translucent. Here's those spacers I was talking about. They're built into the playfield, so I don't need to worry about losing them. I'm running out of space in my hands. But yeah, remind me to clean up that opto for the top car, these optos for the lower car. And yeah, so making some headway. Before I wrap up this video, I'm just going to see if there's anything else I want to do, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, time to wrap up the video. The last thing, couple things I did was to remove all of the rubber, all of the light bulbs except for the flashers, and I just removed and tested all of the flashers. There were 2 that were out, so I replaced those, and I think I got all of the rubber. There was a crap load of posts on this game, rubber posts. I was wondering if I was gonna want to go ahead and order like a star post kit from Marco that I think it includes these guys and these guys. But you know what? These are all in nice shape. You know, there's a little bit of old wax and stuff, but they're not like all chipped and cracked. So I don't need to order a post kit. So that's cool. So I'll just clean up the ones that are dirty. The slingshot ones are usually the nastiest and most chipped, but they're in good shape. So bulbs are removed, flashes are tested, all rubbers are removed, and here is the full collection. So these are probably a couple 3-inch, 3 flipper rubbers, 5 of these guys, 10 of these. This looks like maybe a 2.5, a 2. This might be another 2.5 actually. What's that? 1 inch? And then, like I said, a whole crap load of post rubbers. How many do we actually have? So I'm leaving pretty shortly. It's like 10 at night. And we're gonna go out to a beach because I hear the Perseid meteor shower is in full effect, and also the northern lights are happening at the same time. So it'd be pretty friggin' cool to see some northern lights, which I've only seen once in my life, and that was like when I was working at Taco Bell. And I guess the most anticipated meteor shower of the year. So see both of those at the same time on the beach, that'll be pretty friggin' cool. Jamie's going for a nap right now. Well, she is sleeping. And so just farting around down here for a little bit more, and then we're gonna head out. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 17. So it'll be interesting to see how this information compares to what the manual says. What time is it actually? It's about 10, so maybe I have a couple minutes to cross-reference these rubbers, and then I'll head out of here. Alright, so here is the rubber ring information in the manual. And we got 1 black rubber bumper grommet. Where is that located? That's probably... it's not a rubber ring. I don't even know that it is showing that anywhere. I don't see an A anywhere. So I'm not concerned about that. But it says 17 sleeves. And what did I say I had? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 17 sleeves. Okay, that adds up. Perfect. 9 black rubber bumpers. Here's the part number. See, I'd have to plug in the part number to see what that is supposed to look like. I feel like, what are they referring to? Black rubber bumper are C. Oh yeah, okay, these guys here. So they're saying there's 9 of those, and I have 10. So that doesn't add up. Because there's 2 for each of the lane guides, 2, 4, 6, 8. And then I've got a couple extra for these skinny posts on the playfield, so I'll just have to add an extra one of those. But yeah, that's weird. I could have been left stranded right there. There's 1, 1.5, 1 2-inch, 6 5/16, which is these guys. I only found 5, so there's another discrepancy somewhere. So I'll probably order 6 to be safe. 1 3/4-inch rubber. That to me looks like a 1-inch, but maybe because this was replaced, the original is probably 3/4-inch. So never trust what's on there because it may not be correct. I don't see a 1 on there, but it looks like 1-inch to me. And then it says there's 3 3-inch. So there's 2 here. And so is one of these supposed to be 3-inch? But yeah, see what I mean? So I think whoever added a couple rubbers probably didn't use the right one. So I will go with the manual, except I will add at least one rubber bumper. So I think I'm pretty ready to place my Titan order then after all. And maybe I'll do that tonight possibly before heading out. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this one. So hope you're enjoying the series. Next episode will be Playfield cleaning and miscellaneous whatevers. So we'll see you on the next one. Okay, last clip, and then I gotta go. E. There's no friggin' E anywhere. Do you see an E? I don't see an E. But whatever, I'm gonna order, that's supposed to be a 2-inch. I'm gonna order a 2-inch. I'm gonna order, whatever. I got my list. I found a couple 3-inch and a, whatever that is, I forget, 2-inch in my clear pile, so I don't need to order those. And then for post sleeves, like I've got so many colored post sleeves, I really got to use them. This is what I found. These three are a little darker, but should be okay. These ones, these white ones, almost look a little yellowed, so I don't know that I love that. But I mean, I've had these things forever, and it's really about time I start to use them. But yeah, it's starting to look a little beigey. But if I strategically place these, then I think I might be able to get away without having to order new post sleeves. But we'll see about that. I'll put these on the Playfield and see how they look, because I have them. Probably should use them. But that's it. I gotta wrap up. I gotta get out of here. So we'll see you next time.